The St. Louis Cardinals just dropped their first series in weeks, but it was against arguably the best team in baseball in the Detroit Tigers. Awesome game on Monday. They played really well against reigning AL Cy Young Award winner Tariq Skubal on Tuesday. Obviously, a disappointing game on Wednesday. But today we're going to reflect briefly on the Tiger series and then give our May player grades on this episode of Dealing the Cards. Welcome back into Dealing the Cards. Josh, Andrew, and Sandy. We got the full team here today. I know Sandy's got to dip a little early today, but hopefully we can get through as many grades as possible. They were a little controversial last time, and yes, Miles Michaelis will be jumping up quite a bit of tears in this.
Glazage.
But before we jump in, I just want to get your guys' thoughts overall. Like, Sandy, you can start off, man. What were your overall thoughts on this Tigers series?
Yeah, well, I was back in town for the first time this year, so I got to go to a couple of games. Was there yesterday, was there today. Unfortunate yesterday night. I mean, the Cardinals are one bad luck line. I mean, Pius hit that ball 107 miles an hour yesterday in the 8th inning with the bases loaded. If that drops, it gets to the wall. It scores 2 or 3 runs. The Cardinals win that game. So yeah. I believe it was Javi Baez in center field. There one really nifty play from Baez. Great read. It was impressive that he got to that sinking line drive. They're right there, and they win the series. Today, again, they had chances, and can't say enough good things about that first game. They really beat up on the Tigers in that first game. It looked really, really good. Came back from the rain delay as well, and then pounded Brevia. The Cardinals got into the Tigers' bullpen because, I mean, pretty much 2 of these games were bullpen games. They have a really, really deep pen, as we saw, right? Between Hannafy, Holton, Vest. They got a lot of studs in there. Brisky was solid today too in limited work. So they got a lot of studs. They got a lot of depth, a lot of good pitchers. So it was a really good matchup for the Cardinals. I feel like they pushed us. But on the whole, still another positive series. Like, you come away with a positive run differential in the series. You only win the one game, but you're right there. Probably should have won last night. Had chances to put a dent in the score today before they kind of pulled away in the 8th when they scored those 2. But still, on the whole, positive series. You can tell the team is competitive. You can tell the team is good. They're trending in the right direction. And eventually the schedule is going to lighten up, right? I mean, the Cubs aren't playing anybody right now. The Cardinals are going to get opportunities like that as well to fatten up on the White Sox, the Marlins, the Rockies eventually. So we just got to get to that point. I mean, it's been a tough stretch. It's staying tough. You got the Diamondbacks coming to town on Friday, but feeling good about it.
Yeah. What about you, Andrew?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been able to watch too many of the games from over here just because time zones and stuff. But yeah, it's been nice to see that they're stringing together runs off good pitchers. Tariq Skubal yesterday, 3 runs against him is always good to see against a reigning Cy Young winner. Obviously, maybe not as good as you've gotten some other top starters in this league, but you can't really complain about that kind of performance. Some of the starting pitching I feel like looked a little bit shakier as of recently, but they're also facing tougher competition, tougher lineups. So, that might happen with facing just better hitting all around. But, I mean, overall, team looks like they're contending, which is good to see, right? Like, that's not something that we expected coming into the season, and they're playing a lot better than we thought they would be. And, hopefully they can keep it up. I'm not sure if that will continue. They have a really tough stretch coming up, but they've played really well through the first half of it. And I'm excited to see what they got going on next.
Yeah, my biggest takeaway so far is I'm bought in now on them as a contender. Again, bought in as a contenders, and like now I think their aspiration should be from here on out make the playoffs in 2025. And if they don't make the playoffs, as a disappointment with the talent we've seen on this team at this point and the ability that we know they have a good enough pitching to make it happen. Their lineup is definitely good enough, and they have the best defense in baseball. Put those 3 things together, man, this should be a fun, exciting team for the whole year. Doesn't mean they're not going to have their lumps or their slumps. And again, there's probably going to be a stretch where they win 2 out of 7 games, and it's like, oh, that's baseball, right? These things are going to happen. But at this point, this team should be shooting for the NL Central crown or to make it by a wild card, which I think the wild card will be really tough this year. I'm worried about their depth. We've already seen pitching injuries in the minor leagues. And so you got Quinn Matthews and Tin Cans coming back. You do have Matz and McGreevy behind this rotation right now. But injuries, and like say it's Sonny Gray and Libby who go out. It's like, do you feel all that confident in McGreevy, Matz, Michaelis, Fetty, Palante as your rotation? Like I don't feel great about that. And the bullpen, It's stronger right now, but also wouldn't be surprised if it has its own issues. Again, at some point they'll flare up. But overall, I think this team is legit. I don't think it's a World Series contender per se, but again, you make the postseason and you have the ingredients the Cardinals do. You never know, a team can like that can make a run. So I'm bought in on this team being a contender this year. I'm really excited about things. And you're probably going to see that in our tier rankings for May, player grades and team grades and all that. So Andrew, if you want to throw that up on the screen, we'll go ahead and jump into those. The Redbird farmhands could clearly tell that Andrew just woke up, which is funny. But all right, so we're gonna jump into our player grades for the month of May. Oh man, we should compare at some point and show the grades from last time because I think it'd be interesting to pull up. But yeah, overall, I think we're going to see a lot of movement and the upward trajectory side of things. And let's start our list with Mr. Eric Fetty. I'll make the case to start. I would like to put him in B tier because on the season, whoa, here, let me make my gaze real quick. He's a 3.44 ERA, which is, again, if you're asking for me what I wanted from Eric Fetty this year,
it's not 3.44.
Well, that's what I'm getting to. With 3.9, if you told me 3.8 or 3.9 or lower, I'd been happy with that for an Eric Fetty season. I don't believe what we're seeing is sustainable right now by the walks and quality of contact. I think he's a worse pitcher than that so far. But performance-wise, he's done the job. He's had a couple blow-up starts, but again, for the most part, it's been productive. That's why I put him in B tier because the production probably actually warrants maybe slightly higher, but I'd say probably more like B tier for production still too. The underlying metrics tell me that this isn't sustainable. He's got to figure some things out. But again, I think it's so far gone well enough that I'd say B, maybe C tier, but I'd say B. No disagreements?
I mean,
I think I like it.
Yeah.
His ERA is a 3.7 though. It's a little higher, but I would also put him in B. I feel like on the whole, especially because I feel like he's trending in the right direction. So for me, that's the tiebreaker between B and C. Although if Eric Fetty's in B, we're going to have a lot of players up in B tier or higher. So, but I mean, hey, the team probably is going to be around there too. So it's reflective of how they've been. They've been one of the best teams in baseball over the last month. So there should be a lot of guys high up on this list. I'm fine with it. I think I would go
for sure. Yeah.
I would go C tier because we put him in C tier, or we put him lower last time because of some of those expected underlying metrics. So I think we should probably stay consistent with that. But I think I've been outvoted, unfortunately. But
I think like the he's got a handle on the walks compared to how he was earlier in the year. It feels like it's a little bit better. It's not necessarily where you want it, he's still walking some guys, but that walk rate's below 4/9, which for me is a good sign. It means he's trending in the right direction. And you've had at least 3 or 4 appearances in a row where it's like you could have won that game. Even last night against a really good offense, Eric Fetty was fine. Like he was passable.
Yeah. And I mean, even last time, so he had 6 starts under his belt, but 2 of the 6 were blow ups. Since then, he's had 4 starts. One's bad, where he allowed 4 runs in 5 innings, but not a blow up per se. 2 great starts with the complete game and a 5 2/3 without allowing a run and a 5-inning 3-run outing, which is fine. So I think I agree with you in terms of we did penalize him, but I think I'd put him at the bottom of B tier for this, where I'd say he's firmly in B tier if it wasn't for like the underlying stuff. But I could see top of C tier. So
yeah, I still vote B. I think B is good.
I mean, Jordan Walker difficult for us at all. I think we can.
Yeah,
I think we can put him in F tier pretty quickly. But
did have a little 4-game stretch where he had an RBI in each game, and honestly, should have had one last night. Trey Sweeney robbed an RBI from Walker. Would have been nice. Push it to 5, but not a great day today from Jordan Walker again. I think if he'd been able to push his average north of 200 with the quality of defense and the way he's improving on that side of the ball, I might have argued to get him into the bottom of D tier, but. 2 more bad offensive games in a row. Just F tier is fine with me.
Yeah, he's batting below the Mendoza line in 140 at bats. So I feel like that's F tier. But like the defense, though. Good job, Jordan. Keep it up.
Walker's jumps have been better. I mean, he's getting better. You can tell. He almost got to that ball today that Torkelson hit. From where I was sitting in the bleachers, it really looked like Walker had a beat on it. So that would have been a great.
If he could just raise his production like this much at the plate, I wouldn't mind putting him in D tier because of the defense. It's just bad enough though that he could justify it. But
I agree.
Mr. Burleson, he's raised his OPS to 768 on the season. He's batting 291, 343, 425, 4 home runs, 5 doubles, 16 RBIs.
I would say B tier.
I'd say C tier.
I think it's B tier because of the fact that right now against right-handed pitching, Burleson is crushing it. He's been one of the best hitters in the National League against right-handed pitchers over the last few weeks.
810 OPS on the season.
Yeah, you feel really good about slotting him in there. That's a well above average bat for that platoon split. And if Baker was up here and they were getting him working against lefties, the two of them would be one of the better platoon split DHs in the league. Burleson's definitely holding up his end of the bargain, though. Also, it feels like he's just making a lot of really solid contact. Man, I know he grounded into a double play in a solid situation earlier in today's game, but that ball still came off the bat at 108 miles an hour. He's squaring guys up, taking some competitive at-bats, and we've seen him get a couple of hits off lefties this week as well, although one of them was that slow-rolling ground ball, so maybe that's just lucky. But it feels like Burleson's also really hot right now, and he's trending in the right direction. So, I mean, that's where he is for me. And they've been able to put him in the field without too much issue to this point in the season. It's not like it's catastrophic out there. So that's another positive.
Yeah, and he's actually 1 outs above average right now, too.
Yeah, I mean, it's not.
I don't know how much that's outfield defense versus first base, though. But
yeah. But I mean, that flexibility matters, too. That's something to say as well.
Yeah. I'm fine with bottom of B tier because it was so bad to start. But I think at this point he's approaching 800 OPS on the season, has an over 800 OPS against righties. That's exactly what you need from Alec Burleson, is mash the righties, and he's figuring it out. So I think he's like maybe if you look at totality of the season, it's like up top of C tier, but he's definitely continuing trend up. So I think B tier is fair. But
I love recency bias.
Andre Palante, I'd say he's C tier though. He's a slightly above 4 ERA on the year. He's given you a lot of quality starts. He has had some bad starts. He's had like one really good start. I mean, he's probably had more than that in the really good starts range, but overall, I haven't been super impressed by Fedde this year. And I think some of the games could have gone worse for him too. I think he's been definitely someone who's benefited from a strong defense behind him. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you there. He's had one. I would say he's only had one like really bad start this year where he didn't even get out of the fourth. But he still only gave up 4 runs there. The last 2 starts coming into today were excellent. 7.1 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 7 innings pitched, 2 earned runs. And then today, 5 2/3. I really didn't like that they pulled it. I would have let him go one more hitter, but that's just me. He was one out short of a quality start. That inherited runner did come around to score. But I think the inherited runner was on first. So it's like not the craziest thing in the world. But I mean, I'd be fine with top of C tier. It feels like Palante is trending up to me. 4 of his last 5 starts have been in the very good to excellent range. And it feels like early in the season, we were talking about being a little worried about Palante's future in the rotation, but he's solidified that. He's put that talk to rest. An ERA just above 4 is very solid for a guy that's one of your back end arms. And Palante is more than capable of being a solid 4 for this team all year. So I'm good with top of C. That's fine with me.
Sweet. Andrew, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, I'm good with that. I feel like he's been, kind of shaky, but in a couple starts, kind of good in a couple starts, which is C tier. It's kind of middle of the road.
Easily has the chance to move up into B, though.
True. I'm curious. I think I would probably quick takes on the next 2, but if you guys want to push back on any of them, go for it. I think Gorm's probably an easy F tier. It's a JC's the S tier because small sample size from JC, he was awesome, and then Gorm, still not good. I mean, he did get a hit today, so that's nice.
One home run for Gorman this year in nearly 100 plate appearances. That's just unacceptable from a guy who's that power profile. Like, he has to hit. He has to hit for power if he's going to be a solid player at all, and he's not doing it at all. So below Walker for sure.
Do you guys throw JC an S tier, or is he more of an A tier?
I feel like he kind of slowed down a little bit towards the end of his. I mean, it's like he's had 10 games to really do anything with, but I don't know. 876 OPS is pretty good.
142 OPS plus and 41 at bats. I mean, until recently, that was pretty comparable to the Herrera sample size. So I'm fine sticking him at the bottom of S tier.
Great. Graceffo. What do you guys think?
I mean, do we just like not count that Boston game for any of these guys?
I mean,
Because
yeah.
like if we do, then it's F tier. If we don't, then it's like C tier.
Well, I think you can
Yeah.
just say, like, even though the total numbers are bad, like, he's given you a lot more good appearances than terrible appearances. There's
Yeah, and
something
even
to
the
be said.
last one was in the pouring rain in Detroit against Detroit. So that's a tough one to hold against him.
Yeah, I was upset that he was out there, actually. I was listening to it on the radio, and they were talking about the body language. He was just frustrated to be out there. And then I watched the condensed game, and you could tell, like, there's no reason that they should have been playing that game up 11-1. It's pouring rain. There's tornado warnings. It was ridiculous to have him out there. So I would flush that game. I'd say he's like top of D, bottom of C tier. Because I don't think he's been F tier. I think he's actually been pretty usable this year. And there's a solid case going forward to include him in your bullpen plans.
Yeah, he's 1 earned run in that game, 3 total, 1 earned run in 2 innings against Kansas City, and then he had 3 shutout outings in a row. Before that, 1 run over 5 innings of work against Cincinnati, and then the 6 earned in 3 innings against Boston. So I'm fine with C tier, but I could see D tier.
Yeah, I mean, outside the
think
Boston
that's-
game, he's got a 2.53 ERA. And I mean, to me, that's just really solid. Like, that's definitely not below D tier, definitely not below C tier, honestly. And I don't know.
All right, boys. Sandy doesn't need to really apologize. He wanted him a little bit higher, but you know what? I'm not going to apologize either because he was bad to start the year. All right. I don't care. Everyone at that point, it was super small sample size and people still wanted to do outside of Boston. I was like, okay, well, Boston still counts at that point. All right. So, but honestly, I'm fine with Michaelis in A tier.
Whoa, A tier is crazy.
No.
I think
he has the same. He has the same ERA as Fetty, and he's thrown like 10 less innings. Yeah, he does. It's the same.
Wait, no, it's actually higher. It's higher. It's higher.
What do you think? What do you think Michaelis's ERA is since the Boston series? Since the Boston,
probably in like a low twos, maybe.
Yeah,
like
2.17 over his last 7 starts. That's a lot of really good starts in a row.
Yeah.
Granted, they've kind of hidden him still. Like, he's barely averaging. He's not averaging 6 innings a start since then. But there's a lot of solid starts in here. Right after that, he was decent, and then he was really good, fine, quite good, really good in his last 5 starts. Like, I'd be fine sticking Michaelis either the very top of B or the very bottom of A because he's been very serviceable.
Yeah, and again, we're also talking about his expectations too, right? And it's like, what do we expect from Michaelis this year? It's a terrible, and right now he's pitching like middle of the rotation starter again with the I don't think this can sustain, and I think he's gotten lucky at times, which is maybe where I'd put top of B. But I mean, it's enough starts where he's kind of overcoming what I think he should be doing that I think bottom of A also works. So
I think B tier still.
I would vote.
Doesn't give you those innings and like.
I'm fine with top of B, but the Cardinals have won the last 4 games Michaelis has pitched. I mean, he is totally exceeding your expectations. And even with that Boston start factored in, where he gave up 8 earned runs in 2 2/3 of an inning, you're talking about a guy with a sub-4 ERA. That's a lower number than Palante, which is crazy. It's on par with Fetty, who's been really lucky and hasn't had a blow up like that, ballooning his numbers. Like, I think I might just say like bottom of A. He easily could move back down by having another blow up. And if he has 2 blow ups, like, it's going to count against him. He's probably in C, but for now, I'll vote A as well.
Andrew, I think you've been outvoted.
That's unfortunate, but it'll get some clicks on the graphic that comes out tomorrow, I guess.
I'm very comfortable saying I don't think he's going to stay in A tier.
Yeah, I'm
very comfortable saying that. I think it's going to fall, but.
And you're making everybody leave. Like, our viewership is drop-ing now because you put him in A tier, but that's okay.
Hey, no one's commenting against it right now. So if you feel strongly that he's overranked, you should say so in the chat. We've even got Kareem in here being a Michaelis Glazer right now.
Oh, Michaelis in A tier is a little wild. Yeah, I mean, look, but Michaelis has a 2.17 ERA in 7 starts. That's almost 2 months of a sample size. Like, that's a lot of baseball. It's 6 weeks of baseball.
You could argue he only has 1 bad start.
He does. He only has 1 terrible start.
Because 5 1/3 with 2 runs, 2 2/3 with 8 runs, 5 innings with 3 runs, 4 2/3 with 2 runs, 6 innings shutout, 5 1/3 shutout, 5 innings 3 runs, 5 1/3 1 run, 6 shutout. I mean,
And he's coming off his best start of the season, too. Scattered 2 hits and 2 walks and 4 strikeouts across 6 frames on the road in Kansas City to win you a 1-0 ball game. You needed every bit of what Miles Michaelis gave you that night to get the win.
and this is coming from, I would love to not have to watch Miles Michaelis pitch ever again. So, like, I'm not, like, trying to glaze him. It's just, like, I got to respect it. So
there's a little bit of glazing going on. I'll say it.
He does have a 2.2 ERA in May so far. Sounds pretty nice. All right, Andrew. Been outvoted. Sorry, sir. Pedro Pages.
D tier?
Andrew, what do you think?
D tier.
I like D. Although you could make a case for F, but I'm fine with D.
Really?
Well, what do you guys think about?
I mean, the defense is like is okay. It's good.
Yeah. Well, he's also one of the best at baseball throwing out base runners right now, which I think is important.
Yeah, that's been really big.
I would say at least top of D, if not bottom of C, because of the defense.
Oh man, for me, it's, I know it's not fair to Pedro, but it is frustrating that I feel like he chokes Ivan Herrera's playing time.
Yeah, that's fair.
That makes me want to put him in D tier. It's not his fault.
I mean, Herrera's been playing every day, no?
Great point from Redbird Farmhands here.
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible.
I say he's got to be C.
Relative to expectations too, it's fine. The offense from Pedro Pages is pretty bad though. Like it's really bad. But yeah, caught stealing above average.
Like most catchers are bad at hitting though. Like,
yeah,
it's pretty quick pop time too. That's fine. Bottom of C, whatever. That's fine with me. I like
Libby.
S tier.
S tier. He's got to be right.
I'm good with that. Yeah,
he's got to be. He's been your ace. Sub 3 ERA, over 50 innings pitched. In I mean, how many starts does he have now? He's got 9 starts.
9. Oh, the 2.92 ERA.
Yeah, and one of them was rain shortened. So if you take that start in the 3 innings he pitched out, he's got 8 starts with about 50 innings. He's averaging over 6 innings a start. This is a guy that's giving you a quality start every time he goes out there.
It's crazy.
I mean, has Libby cost the Cardinals a game yet this year in the 9 games he started? No. I don't think so. I think they've been in it every single time. Somehow they're 4-5 when he pitches, but that's not his fault. He's yet to give up. He's given up more than 3 runs just one time. He gave up 5 in his second start of the season, a game they lost on the road in Pittsburgh. Pretty much every other time, Libby has been nails. So, yeah. I love S tier for Libby.
I feel like we could all probably agree with that statement, right? Most valuable young pitcher in the organization right now.
Yeah, because he's proven it at the level.
Yeah.
Because I love Quinn, but like, I mean, you hope Quinn can do this, right? You're not like, oh, if Quinn's what Libby is right now, you're disappointed. It's like, man, that exploded. Tink, you hope it's that. Cooper, you hope it's that. Takoa, you hope it's that. So I think it's got to be Quinn.
Matt has to be S tier too, by the way.
Sorry, Libby, Matt. Yeah, I put Matt's in S tier as well. What is that?
I might even put Matt's above Libby. Matt's
1.74 ERA in 31 innings. It's crazy.
He's been ridiculous. Yeah, he made another big appearance last night. I mean, bridged very, very well into the later innings. I would have left him in longer, but I think they asked Matz to get 8 outs. He got all 8 of them. He was unbelievable.
Love that.
Left the game, and I yelled, "Good job, Steven." He was great.
Let's thank a couple of our sponsors real quick, and then we'll continue on with the podcast. And we'll let Sandy write his eulogy for John King once again here, unfortunately. But as always, we're brought to you by 314 Sports Cards and Collectibles. They're located at 9640 Olive Boulevard and all that. Open 10 to 5 Monday through Friday and 10 to 4 on Saturdays and Sundays. They buy, sell, and trade all sports cards and Pokemon cards. They have the newest selections of packs, boxes, and single cards of local players and stars from around the league. Make sure you go check them out. You guys DM us all the time when you end up going there. So make sure you send us some messages or send us what cards you pull and let them know we sent you. Also, if you're interested in going to one of the games here soon, SeatGeek, you use our code NEWTNEWS to get, what is it, $25 off or $20 off?
$20 off, yeah.
$20 off, and you purchase a $50 or more. So if you go with some people, that's an easy deal to take advantage of. Or if you just want better seats to a game, or you go for the good seats anyways, and you haven't used SeatGeek before, again, use that code NEWTNEWS to get $20 off a purchase of $50 or more. And then we also want to tell you about Underdog Sports and our partnership with them. The Deal in the Cards podcast is proud to be partnered with Underdog Sports, our favorite place to play fantasy games. You're now eligible to play in Illinois, Missouri, Indiana, and 37 other U.S. states. You got to check out Pick'em. It's so easy to play. You just pick 2 to 8 stats of your favorite players and choose whether they'll go higher or lower. You can win 20 times your money by going 5 for 5. If that sounds like fun, Sign up with our promo code CARDS to claim your first free pick plus first time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash. We can't wait to see your entries. All right, Sandy, give us your John King take.
I mean, I would have him in the bottom of D tier, but I know there's going to be momentum to put him in F tier just because I love him so much. But I don't know. He did lower his ERA today to 4.41, but he let an inherited runner score. It's just been kind of a rough year for John. On the year, we're looking at like
John.
On the year we're looking at something around, I mean, when this updates, he'll have like a 95 to 98 ERA plus. So like slightly below average. It's not bad for the second or third lefty in your bullpen. But he hasn't been the guy he was last year by any means. Some of the peripherals are still there, but he's having a lot of trouble. Like he's generating even less whiffs and even, less chases than he did last year, which is really, really hard for any pitcher because it was already such a low number. He's been among the worst in baseball doing that. He is still elite at inducing ground balls. But again, when you can't really fool anybody in terms of swing and miss, it gets really, really tough, even with that kind of profile to be valuable. So with the high ground ball rate, I would still put him at least the top of F. Like, come on, he's better than Gorman. You can't have him below Nolan Gorman on the year. Gorman's got a 100-1 at bats to home run ratio. That's insane. And I would vote for D tier because it's not like he's actively killing you, but he hasn't been fantastic by any means. It's sad. He's not the same pitcher he was last year. Hopefully he'll be back on top eventually. He's capable of generating a lot of ground balls. Just, need some things to go his way.
I think I'd put him between Walker and Gorman. Because at least Walker is giving you good defense right now.
Yeah.
And King's given up runs in 7 of his 17 appearances so far. So it's 41% of the time he goes out there, he's giving up a run. Again, inherited runners aren't even included in that at all right now. He's given up a base hit almost every appearance. Not every. It's like 60% or 70% of his appearances, he's giving up at least a base runner. I mean,
that's not crazy though. With John, like at least his ERA plus is like 40 points higher than Jordan Walker's OPS plus.
Yeah, okay.
He's a lot closer to being average at what he's doing. Walker's offense has been so big.
But again, Walker can provide value of defense where it's like the only thing John King can do is either prevent runs or not.
True.
So
that's fine. Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm nitpicking here.
Yeah. Can't have him below Gorman.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, Mr. Lucan Baker.
C tier.
D tier.
No, he was hitting left.
He wasn't even hitting. Yeah, but that's
that's
all he does.
Yeah, and he filled it.
It's his job. Yeah, I mean, he was bad against righties and he was good against lefties, and he barely got any opportunities after that and went back down like 34 at bats. I'm fine with D tier because he was bad on the whole. He's not.
He almost had a 900 OPS against lefties. I'd put him in C tier.
Yeah, he was hitting lefties. He just didn't get a lot of plate appearances against lefties.
Yeah, and honestly, you can make an argument he should be on the team right now if Herrera was catching more. But since he's not, it makes sense to do the 3-catcher thing. But I mean, you would love to have had Baker come off the bench in that spot today instead of Pozo. But
yeah, I agree. Actually, it would have been nice.
So I'm good with C tier.
Yeah,
beautiful. Wilson,
B tier.
Top of B tier.
Top of B. I mean, he's cooled off a little bit. Like he's not scorching like he was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I'd say B tier. Yeah. Last 7 games have been cold. The last 15 games was really good, and last 30 has been red hot.
Yeah, top of B is fine with me. He's still an above average hitter. He's provided excellent defense at first base this year too. Very nice to see. Something that wasn't guaranteed.
I like it. Ryan Helsley.
It's like B tier as well.
Yeah, he's got sub 3 ERA, 2.81. I don't think he's blown a save since last time we did this. Yeah, he's 9 of 11.
Bottom of A, right below Michaelis.
He's had like 3 save opportunities since then, probably. Like, I don't know. I just feel like he's not enough.
We're either blowing people out or, But Ryan Helsley's done what you've asked him. You just haven't asked a lot of him. But I'd say bottom of A.
Yeah, he has 5 saves in 5 opportunities since we last recorded.
Yeah, bottom of A for me. I mean, he's doing everything you're asking him. He's not like getting worked a ton. You got guys like
one run
run a lot more innings than him, but he's been very good.
Yeah, I think it's really shaky. Where it's like if he has another good appearance, he's firmly an A tier for me. But if the next appearance he blows the save, then he falls to bottom B, high C. So he's in a weird spot because of the lack of usage this year. Because he's only pitched in 15 games, I think, so far. Not ideal. 16 games, and only 11 of those are save opportunities. So Savantson,
C tier, 270
tier.
RA. I mean,
I feel like I'm a tier below everybody today. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'm not as high on this team as you guys are.
I mean, it was fine. They just haven't used him. They haven't needed to.
He only gave up 2 runs in the game. They asked him to cover 2 innings of work. Otherwise, he was shut out.
And we were getting obliterated.
Oh, wait, 2.7. I thought it was higher, I guess. But 270 is actually pretty good. So maybe like B tier. C tier.
I mean, I don't know how many strikeouts. He's got 7 strikeouts in 6 2/3 innings too. So still striking out about a guy per inning. 3 walks is whatever. He's had a couple of clean appearances too. His last outing, he struck out the side on May 14th at the end of that game in Philadelphia. We haven't seen him since then. People were pretty gassed up about that one though. That was a great appearance.
Well, was he optioned down? Is he even on the roster anymore?
He might not be.
He's not.
Yeah, I think he got optioned down after that.
Well, I'm excited to get him in St. Louis.
I'm fine with him at bottom of B or top of C.
Yeah, under sub 3, I feel like you got to have him in B. Like 2 is a very nice number to see when you're looking at pitching ERA. I get excited about that.
Cool. All right, Vic.
Man.
He's been a little cold lately. 732 OPS. I think top of B makes sense to me.
I was thinking about maybe arguing top of C, but I think D makes a lot of sense. I mean, he's still an above average hitter. When you're talking about Victor Scott being a 106 OPS plus hitter coming into play today, like that's outstanding. I don't think any of us expected to get above league average offensive production from him. He's way above expectations. And it's the fact that he sustained it. I mean, for a little bit, it felt like, maybe a hot start, but we'll see where we are in May. We'll see where we are in June. We're in the last week of May, and he's still above league average. Had a couple of doubles. He was a big part of the comeback last night before they ended up not getting the win, but came all the way back from down 4-0, and Vic was right at the middle of that. Outstanding defensively, among the best center fielders in the game. Yeah, I'm top of B tier. Makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, he's at least top of B to me. I think this is where you bake in expectations too, and if we want to lean with expectations, he's clearly an A, because I had a little bit of questions about center field defense. He also really didn't run the bases all that well last year either, and now he's one of the league leaders in stolen bases. Gold Glove level defense. He probably won't win it because of PCA and stuff, but he's up in that level, and then he's almost 10% above league average at the plate. So I'd be fine with bottom of A. Or top of B would be the very lowest I'd go though.
Yeah, I think I was weighing in his recent struggles way too heavily because he's been a little cold lately, but that's just not fair when I'm talking about a guy that we all expected. And we said, look, if Vic Scott's got an 85 OPS plus at the end of the year, or WRC plus at the end of the year, and plays good defense, that's a success. And he's way overperforming that. So I love A tier for this. I was wrong there. That was my bad.
No, you're good. I that's why we talk it through, right? So
yeah. No, for sure. It's probably gonna be my last.
Kyle Leahy.
Go ahead and glaze then, Sandy.
I mean, dude, the slander on Twitter is crazy. I saw someone who was like, "Ooh, thanks Kyle Leahy for blowing the game." It's like, come on, dude. Okay, Kyle Leahy's been overworked all year. Sub 2, he had a 1.01 coming into the game last night. He's been ridiculous. Kyle Leahy has done everything the Cardinals ask. They've called on him so many times, and they're asking him to get 4 or 5 outs some of these times too. Like, we saw how hard that was for a guy like Ryan Helsley in 2022 when they were asking him to be that Swiss Army knife. They bring Kyle Leahy in to face the heart of the opposing lineup. He never knows if he's going to pitch the 6th, 7th, or 8th. I mean, really, whenever the Cardinals are in trouble, he's the fireman. They're calling to, put it out. So S tier. He's been great. He's been the best guy in this bullpen. Go
ahead and glaze your next guy real quick too, McDreamy.
Oh, Dreamy. I mean, look, if you give McDreamy a chance, we could actually see what he is. Fortunately, the rest of the rotation has been that good. But every time McGreevy's pitched, he's been awesome. So A tier for McGreevy as well.
Beautiful. Thanks for hopping on for as long as you could, man. Appreciate it.
I'll see you guys next time for the rest of the tier list. I'm excited to see where these guys end up without my input. We'll have to see.
I think we'll be in line.
Oh yeah, you should just send us the last four, the most important guys at the bottom. You should put that in.
Yeah, I got you.
In the chat.
Cool. All righty. Okay, so Newbar, it's been great this year. I think that's an A tier player for sure. I mean, you're close to an 800 OPS, playing good defense in left field, one of the best leadoff hitters in baseball. Got the day off today, well deserved. He's on pace for like mid 20s home runs, and is walking a ton, not striking out hardly at all. He's been awesome. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking bottom of A, top of B. But I think overall, like his offensive numbers have been better than Scott, but defensively, obviously not nearly as valuable and base running wise. But I'm okay with bottom of A.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what his WRC plus was going into action today. 117, so it's dropped a little bit. But I'm good with bottom of A.
Yeah. Chris Roycroft, I think, goes in F tier again.
Yeah, I think so
he gives
too.
a run every single time that he pitches, and it's not good.
Unfortunate. Our D tier is completely empty right now. We'll see if we get anybody in there. I think we'll get.
I think we'll have a couple. I see a couple. I know one that I for sure I'm going to put in D tier.
I think I know who you're talking about. The GOAT, Kareem. I'm just kidding. That's a joke. No. Donnie, S tier, right?
Yeah. Top of S tier.
Man, I love me some Donnie. One of the best hitters in all of baseball right now. I think he was like 16th in WRC plus going into today. One's the hit leaders, pushing for a batting title. This dude's incredible. Plays all the positions. Great defensively. Leader in the clubhouse. Gotta love Brendan Donovan. Phil Maton. We're looking at a B tier guy at this point. Or A tier.
I think B tier is good enough for him. He's been kind of slowing down a little bit. He's not been used in high leverage as much. I feel like Kyle Leahy's kind of supplanted him in that role, and he's been okay. He had a really strong start to the year, and then has been serviceable recently.
Yeah, they used him in 12 games in April, and they've only used him 5 times in May so far. And he gave up 2 runs in his first outing in early May, and then hasn't pitched much since then. So I think I'd put him toward top of B. I'd put him above Fetty and Burleson for sure, but a couple more good outings, I think he gets it back into A tier, but his lack of usage in May.
Miles Michaelis below all of the other A tier guys.
I'm fine with it. These other guys are at least like, I don't know. I just feel weird having Michaelis above Helsley and Scott and Newt, but oh well. Mason Wynn though. Win.
I feel like it's A tier, right? This is just Scott, but better offensive production.
I think so. It's cooled off a little bit.
A little bit worse, like base running wise and defense wise, but offensively is made up for that.
Yeah, and again, he's one of the best shortstop defenders in all of baseball, so you love that. But yeah, it's definitely not S tier. I don't think it's down in B tier though either. Like A's a good spot for him, especially compared to expectations. Like I thought Wynn, especially after spring training and sophomore slumps are a real thing. I was concerned about him going into this year, and I mean, he's gotten better offensively. Now he did start off really strong last year too. So is he a guy he starts slow and then gets hot, but then slowed down again last year. And so I'm curious if this offensive production can sustain throughout the year. But he's a 120 WRC plus guy. So I would have taken 100 from him this year. Rodri Munoz, I think, is probably D tier, F tier.
F tier, I think. I mean, he hasn't really pitched, but when he has, he hasn't pitched great.
Not been good. Oh yeah, and it's a 7.71 ERA in 4 innings.
Yeah,
so go F tier feels pretty good to me. And Fernandez.
And Ryan Fernandez goes in F tier as well. I don't think he's even pitched since the last time we did this, which is fine.
Yeah. All right, where you at, Nolan? Nato.
I need to pull the numbers up. Because it would have been D tier like 3 days ago, but then he had a good game. So,
I mean, he's slashing 242, 313, 382.
695 now. I think it's D tier.
I think it's D tier.
Yeah. The defense is good, but like 695 is bad.
Yeah.
I think, is that the lowest OPS on the team now? aside from like Jordan Walker and Nolan.
Out of the everyday guys, and out of Pedro, besides Pedro Pais and
Pedro
Jordan Walker,
Pais doesn't really.
Yeah, he's the lowest. So not good from Nato. Again, the defense has bounced back this year, which is awesome. But he just got moved down the order, rightfully so. But it's just like a sign that, like, man, he just doesn't have it anymore, or at least right now. And hopefully he gets it back. And he's below league average now as a bat, which that's tough. So definitely gonna go D tier there for him. JoJo, he's had a little bit of a resurgence and a bounce back though.
I feel like it's C tier. It's in the fours.
Yeah, I think he's trending toward B again, but just with how bad the start was, I think again overall season grade through May so far, I think C tier applies for him. And I think Sonny Gray's probably in C tier as well. He's just had enough of those blow up starts that he got some good, some bad, some great, some good, some ugly. It's just, yeah, overall. He gave up 4 earned runs, 6 total runs on May 2nd, and then 7 earned runs on May 14th. But then he had shutouts in the other 2 games in May. So he's either blown up or shut out in his 4 starts in May. And then he had 1 really bad start in May, 2 okay starts, 2 good starts, and then a good start in March. And again, this is Sonny Gray. The guy's supposed to be your frontline starter. So I think talking about expectations here, I expect a little more from him. How do you feel about that?
Yep, I agree with that. I feel like, it's very hit or miss with Sonny Gray these days, which is not great out of your frontline starter, but it's also like fine considering other guys have picked up the weight.
Yeah. Barrero, probably F tier. I mean, 176 average, 634 OPS, which is higher than Pedro Baez, though.
Yeah,
so maybe D tier. I'm fine with D tier.
Right.
Plays decent defense, and he's only had 17 plate appearances, or at bats. So, what do you do?
Yeah,
Siani,
I mean, he's
F
not
tier.
here for that. Siani, I'm not D tier. I feel like we put him in D tier last time, and he didn't really play after that. So
that's fair. Okay, he batted 250, 544 OPS, which can we expect from him? Good defense, but barely played. The GOAT, top of S tier, Ivan Herrera, middle of the order bat.
Not middle of the order. Oh wait, is he a middle of the order bat now? Yeah, he is batting higher than 6th.
Yeah, I think you count 5th as middle of the order.
He's still batting 5th most of the time. He batted 4th today because Newpart was sitting, but
he should definitely be batting 4th at the lowest at this point. But oh well.
Yeah,
I think ideally you get to a place where your lineup at some point, assuming wind cools down more, you probably go, in my opinion, Newt, Herrera, Donovan, Contreras is your top 4. But we'll see. 10-pole bat, the one they've been looking for, is Mr. Ivan Herrera. And Pozo.
I mean, A tier, bottom of A tier, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's gotten worse recently. I feel like
822 OPS still, and decent defense.
That's
yeah,
good. That's good.
I'd say A tier.
340.
Yeah, let's do it. Ollie, I want to hear your thoughts first.
S tier. Manager of the year.
I'm debating between S and A.
Best record in baseball since he got ejected. I mean, how do we evaluate a manager, right? We evaluate a manager based on the expectations of the team going in and how they actually perform.
Yeah, I think I would.
I think the expectations for this team were to be terrible, and they've been really good.
I think I'd go S tier too, because I mean, you're getting the most out of this team right now, and I mean, like, if you're looking at a club and they're top 10, if they're a top 10 pitching staff, they're number 1 defense, but top 10 defense, top 10 offense, and you weren't supposed to be this good. I mean, it's hard to pick against that. The player, I mean, people seem to be playing for him, right? I think you have that great conversation, Nato, this week. The vibes are high. I don't know if you heard him on Bernie's show on KMOX on Tuesday, but he talked about how on Sunday at the end of their 9-game road trip, the coaching staff agreed to give the guys kind of a breather and prep. And so they weren't going to take an infield, but apparently the players clamored to take infield together. They like badly wanted to do it, and they did a really hard, great practice together, played hard. They just like, he's like, they want to get better. They want to go out there and continue to build upon their success. They don't want to settle and take it for granted. And I think that's a culture he's created, right? And You got to give that S tier at this point.
Best manager in baseball.
I won't go that far yet, but Bob Nightingale thinks he could be manager of the year. So you're gonna put him a top S tier above Yvonne.
He's pointing at all of his guys.
That's true. So selfless of him. I think I personally I think it's probably heresy to have him above Yvonne and probably Donovan and Libby, but I'm okay with whatever.
I feel like it makes for a great graphic, and people will be talking about it.
It does. Well, I'll let you handle that then. Bill Dollar Bill.
Bottom of F tier. He still spent $0 basically on this team.
Yeah, I think F tier works for DeWitt. No spending.
He hasn't done anything.
If they want to invest in the team, they could go higher, but we'll see what they do. Mo, do we owe him an apology?
No, but maybe he goes in D tier now.
I think D tier. He did get Maton, and he did trust the process of some of these guys, right? He's like, he believed in Newt and Donnie and Herrera and these guys, and they've been slow in their development, and they gave Libby a chance in the rotation. That's worked out. Like, so it's hard to call it a failure on his end when they're doing that well. Yeah, we need to get Dusty Blake on here at some point too. But
yeah,
Brant Brown S tier easily too, right?
True.
I mean, this lineup is just firing all cylinders compared to how bad it was last year too. So, okay, he can't go above Herrera though. Come on. The Cardinals. Honestly, I'd put an S tier.
Really?
Maybe A tier.
They don't even have playoff
expectations.
Yeah, but like in terms of where they, I mean, if the season ended today, like if they were in the American League, yeah, they'd be like the first wild card or whatever. But the National League is just so tough that I don't know.
How far are they out of the playoff spot right now?
I think it's a game and a half, maybe 2 games.
I like A tier for them.
Yeah.
Because again, they're a contender. They're moving for a playoff spot right now. They're 2 games back of the wild card. I think they're 2 games back of the division as well. And again, relative to expectations. 3 games back of the division. They've been awesome. Plus 40 run differential, which is one of the best in baseball. Gimme Cardinals A tier. Man, this is crazy how different this is than last time.
Yeah, other than last year.
Yeah, last year.
I feel like it's just flipped on its head, this tier list.
Which is so fun. And we can put us all on random tiers. I don't care where we go. Cream, we can put an A tier.
We forgot Riley O'Brien. I was looking through the roster. I always forget somebody. I didn't add him when he got added to the roster.
We'll get Riley at some point, but
yeah. And we should also put Chip Carey on here, who I would name 70-1, but that's okay.
Instead of the flu game this year. Oh my gosh. Wow, we love some Chip Carey. Any other takes from this at all, or thoughts on the tier list at all?
I mean, I feel like this is an indication of where they're at.
Yeah.
Playing really well.
And they got a big series against the Diamondbacks this weekend, so that'll be another test for them. And then you've played the Orioles, who again have been bad this year, but again, they're still the Orioles. And then you play Rangers and Royals. So a tough end of May and early June. They play the Dodgers after Royals do. But that's the kind of test you want to see from this team right now. We want to continue to see how they play against some of the better teams in baseball. And yeah, it's been a really fun May. Really bounced back, and I'm believing in this team right now. And I know a lot of fans are, but it's also I totally understand people being cautious too. A lot of season left. We're about 30% of the way through now, so still 70% to go. But yeah, like we're seeing from these Cardinals right now. So thanks for tuning in. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say that like fun team. And the one narrative I don't like seeing on Twitter is like, oh, if I buy a ticket to the game, then I'm supporting the DeWitts. No, if you buy the ticket on third-party sites, the ticket's already been bought. The DeWitts already have their money, so you're just gonna go watch the game and support the team.
True.
So it's not really a big deal.
And also too, like I mean, personally, I'm like I care more about the players and the product on the field than like sticking it to the big guys upstairs. But That's okay. I'm gonna go.
And they're
soon.
going to just use it as an excuse to not spend.
That's
right?
true.
Like they're gonna be like, oh, people aren't showing up. Like, whatever.
Yeah, and then in the end, it's probably not going to help, but we'll see. So, as always, thanks for watching our channel. Like and subscribe. This video helps out a ton. Comment down below your thoughts. Let us know where we're right, where we're wrong with the tier list. If you're on audio, give us a rating. That helps as always as well. Check out 314 Sports Cards Collectibles. Check out Underdog Sports. Use our code Newt News or on SeatGeek if you're going out to one of the games. And we'll see you guys after the Diamondback series on Sunday. Peace.
Thanks, Ollie.